My name is Craig Hazerow. I'm the founder and proprietor here at Sojourn Cellars.
And I'm Erich Bradley. I'm the winemaker and founder.
We're here in beautiful downtown Sonoma at our Sojourn Tasting Salon, and we're going to be rolling through our 2017 spring wine release tasting. We've got 4 Pinot Noirs, 2 Chardonnays, and 2 Cabernets to share with you.
The Chards and Pinots are from the 2015 vintage. Historically low yields. We've never seen anything quite like it in the, how many vintages of Sojourn
15.
We've been making? 15. Quality is typically through the roof when we have such low yields, and that is the case with these Pinots. The Cabernets are from the 2014 vintage, which has already been recognized as a standout vintage for Napa Cab.
With the lower yields will come lower allocations, especially in some of our vineyard designate Pinot Noir wines, and I wanted to say thanks very much for your understanding in advance. And I also wanted to say thanks very much. Thank you very much for our long-term customers. Thanks very much for some of our future customers. We work very, very hard, our dozen employees, to make a super high quality product and to get that product delivered to you. Yeah, we're a small business and your support really means a lot. So thank you.
Thank you. Let's get started.
Great.
2015 Pinot Noir. As a vintage in general, 2015 is very strong for Pinot Noir from Sonoma. What I'm concerned about typically with small vintages like this, and the yields truly were microscopic in 2015, is too much concentration. I don't want to give away what makes it Pinot. And Pinot Noir at its best is about subtlety. There's fruit, there's earth, there's balance. And it's what defines Pinot Noir, is that you have all those things working in concert and in harmony with each other. And I can say this is a great vintage to showcase Pinot Noir in its finest. 2015 Sonoma Coast Pinot Noir. This is a blend of all of our favorite vineyards. So we've got Gaps Crown and Sangiacomo, as well as Rodgers Creek and some Walala, which is a new vineyard out in Annapolis that we acquired in 2015, or acquired fruit from, that is. The Gaps Crown and Sangiacomo components really provide that lusciousness that I think defines it as a Sojourn wine, and a Sojourn Pinot in particular. Rodgers Creek gives it a great earthiness, and then the Walala adds almost a tropical element on top that makes it really an interesting, complicated, complex proposition. This is your Tuesday night wine at $39. You just can't beat it in the marketplace as far as I'm concerned. 2015 Rodgers Creek Pinot Noir. What defines this wine more than anything else is its location. This is located in the teeth of the Petaluma Gap. Been playing with this vineyard since 2008, and I love it more and more every year. This is it's cold, the vines struggle, they have to fight to get the fruit ripe. And it translates to a wine that's elegant and nuanced. And there's an earthiness here. And it comes, from a combination of things. That Petaluma Gap, struggle, combined with the Pommard clone. That is over 85% of this wine is coming from Pommard. Pommard is a clone that really communicates kind of a Burgundian earthiness that, to me, Pinot Noir at its finest has. 2015 Sangiacomo Pinot Noir. This is our flagship Pinot here at Sojourn. We've been making a Sangiacomo from the Roberts Road Vineyard since 2004. This vineyard is located right next to a Gaps Crown vineyard, at the base of Sonoma Mountain, kind of northern reaches of the Petaluma Gap. Nice cold spot. It is traditionally one of the last vineyards that we pick, and in 2015 that in fact was the case. This was the last fruit that we grabbed for the entire vintage. Typically what that translates to is nice ripe flavors. This vineyard always holds its acid nicely, which leads to a nice balanced wine. That said, its signature is always a luscious mouthfeel. There's a creaminess that allows this wine to kind of linger and fill your mouth. 2015 Gaps Crown Pinot Noir. I'm not sure what I can say that hasn't already been said about Gaps Crown as a vineyard and a site. We've been in there since 2007 continuously, and it's great farming mixed with a great site and a spot, great clonal mix. We have here our most structured Pinot Noir in the lineup. Plain and simple. The fruit is so exquisite. As always, we wish we had more. We have two Chardonnays to taste from the 2015 vintage. We have the Sonoma Coast and the Sangiacomo. This is as good a vintage for Chardonnay as I've ever seen in 20 years of making wine in and around Sonoma. We have balance, we have acidity, we've got nice plump mouthfeel without any hints of heat. This is it's Chardonnay at its best. These wines are versatile enough to go with or without food. Very excited for people to be able to try them. 2015 Sonoma Coast Chardonnay. I think this is an incredible value proposition at $38. We have three vineyards, very prominent vineyards that go into this. Gaps Crown, Sangiacomo, as well as Durrell. The Gaps Crown and Sangiacomo provide great acidity. It's a very cool spot where they both lie. They're adjacent to each other at the base of Sonoma Mountain on the western side. Cold air gets trapped there, which is why acidity is able to stick around. We get a longer growing season there, which means we can get ripe flavors at lower sugar levels. Translates to alcohols that are nicely in balance. Durrell's a little warmer, and its signature is a rich, plump middle. So blending these three vineyards together provides something with great harmony that's versatile enough to go with food quite well, or just be enjoyable on its own. 2015 Sangiacomo Chardonnay. This wine comes from the Roberts Road Vineyard, same vineyard that our Pinot Noir from Sangiacomo comes from. It's right at the base of Sonoma Mountain. Great Petaluma Gap influence. Cold air gets stuck there, really. So we're able to retain acidity. And the result is, I think, our most serious Chardonnay. What I love about great Chardonnay is this balancing act between tension from the acidity and length that it provides, and then the nuance that makes it great with food and makes it great on its own. This is, to me, the best Sangiacomo Chardonnay that we've released at Sojourn to this point. Very excited for people to get to try it. 2014 Cabs. As a vintage, 2014 is incredibly strong. It's the third of the most historic 3-year run that California's ever had for Cabernet, and Sonoma and Napa in particular. Fresh, vibrant, but very rich and luscious. These wines are age-worthy, but also pretty approachable in their youth. 2014 Home Ranch Cab. This vineyard was Craig's old backyard, planted by Craig in 2002. We've been making wine off of it since '05. Sonoma Valley, and this vineyard in particular, is a hidden little gem when it comes to Cabernet. Napa Valley gets a lot of recognition, and deservedly so, for the Cabernets that come out of it. Sonoma Valley, if you farm to the same standards and for quality like is normal in Napa, you can produce wines that are commensurate in quality. And and this is an example of that. Flavor profile is a little bit different, but we make these cabs as if they're Pinot. So in this case, what that translates to is nuance and elegance, and they're a little easier to drink when they're young. We're not going for just concentration and power like a lot of other Cabernet producers are. These are great with food and very versatile wines in general. And the Home Ranch in particular has this really profound, kind of almost a blueberry note that it communicates in most vintages that makes it interesting and unique. 2014 Beckstoffer Vineyard George III Cabernet. We've been in this vineyard since 2008, in particular in F block, which is the most renowned, sought-after block within the vineyard. The vineyard is located in Rutherford, right on the Oakville border, traced by Con Creek, very well draining. This is one of the vineyards that defines Napa Valley for Cabernet. There's a richness that it communicates, that it's its signature. If you're into Napa Valley Cab, you have to have this wine. Rutherford Dust in a glass.
Thank you very much for joining us today for our 2017 Spring Wine Release Tasting.
We hope you enjoyed drinking these wines as much as we enjoyed making them. Cheers.
Cheers.